Here's Attorney General Eric Holder, and here's what Judicial Watch has to say about him. Are you ready for this? I don't think you want to hear this. Here is the top cop in the United States of America, Eric Holder. Here is the man who they say has the worst ethics record imaginable. Judicial Watch says that Eric Holder, Attorney General, obstructed an FBI investigation of the theft of nuclear secrets from Los Alamos Nuclear Laboratory. Remember that little story? Eric Holder rejected multiple requests from an independent counsel to investigate alleged fundraising abuses by then Vice President Al Gore in the Clinton White House. Holder undermined the criminal investigation of President Clinton by Kenneth Starr in the midst of the Lewinsky investigation. Eric Holder planned the violent raid to seize then 6-year-old Elian Gonzalez at gunpoint in order to return him to Castro's Cuba. But it gets worse. Here it comes. Moreover, they say, there is Holder's soft record on terrorism. Holder bypassed Justice Department procedures to push through Bill Clinton's scandalous presidential pardons and commutations, including for 16 members of FALN, a violent Puerto Rican terrorist group that orchestrated approximately 120 bombings in the United States, killing at least 6 people and permanently maiming dozens of others, including law enforcement officers. We're talking about the Attorney General of the United States of America. His record in the current administration, they say, is no better. As Holder did during the Clinton administration, Holder continues to ignore serious incidents of corruption that could impact his political bosses at the White House. For example, Holder has refused to investigate charges that the Obama political machine traded VIP access to the White House in exchange for campaign contributions and so forth and so on. Do you know what he did, Mr. Holder? You know about the Holder Justice Department dropped a voter intimidation case against the new Black Panther Party? On Election Day 2008, Black Panthers dressed in paramilitary garb threatened voters as they approached polling stations in Pennsylvania. Holder will not investigate that. Holder will not investigate the notorious organization known as ACORN, which is closely tied to President Obama. There were allegedly more than 400,000 fraudulent ACORN voter registrations in the 2008 campaign. Then there were the journalist videos catching ACORN housing workers advising undercover reporters on how to evade tax, immigration, and child prostitution laws. Holder's controversial decisions, they say, on new rights for terrorists and his attacks on previous efforts to combat terrorism remind many of the fact that his former law firm, that's Eric Holder's law firm, has provided and continues to provide pro bono representation to terrorists at Guantanamo Bay. I know your heart just fell. I will repeat that if you don't know it. It came from Judicial Watch from the Freedom of Information Act. Eric Holder, Attorney General, are you ready for this? His former law firm has provided and continues to provide pro bono representation to terrorists at Guantanamo Bay.